Guys doing this thing with the Let's Talk Show. You know, y'all listen, keeping it real. The big care, we listen. Yeah. Show me like that. 3, 2, 1. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk.
Hey, I said,
Let's talk. Are you listening? Make sure the supper done. Are you listening? Make sure the kids tuck their bed. Make sure the coffee on the stand. Make sure that phone in the hands. Stay listening, stay listening. Hey, are you listening? Yeah, are you listening? The Let's Talk Show where we believe. Call a friend, tag a friend, like and share. Call a friend, tag a friend, like and share. Call a friend, tag a friend, like and share.
Hey,
Call a friend. Like and share. Said, are you listening? Yeah, like and share. Are you listening? Then like and share. Are you listening? Then like and share.
Hey, are you listening?
Kids talk. Are we on the stand? Phone in the hand. Yeah, you better listen.
I think we just need to start up our own TV.
Hey, that takes some time right there, I'll tell you. But Patrick actually done the beat.
Oh, cool,
So Patrick done the
man.
beat. And
Nice. Very cool.
Yes, it's one of his beats. So I had hop on now. He was like, "Bro, come hop on this beat." And I was like, "What? Okay, here I come. Here I come." So I got on there. Well, everyone, this is the RasheedAlmondsd TV where we care, we listen, and we try our best to help you guys. So, how's everyone Valentine's Day?
Oh, it was good. It was good. It's hard with the 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? But they enjoy it. And, you know, me and Karen, we kind of got, you know, we do our little thing for each other, but then like we kind of postponed to another weekend when we had some time. So it was good. You know, got the flowers, the chocolate, the little special meal. So
A little nice
good.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. McKenna, how was your Valentine's?
I just had fun spending time with my family.
Okay.
That's cool.
That was awesome though. Well, my Valentine's Day, you know, it was pretty good. Actually, I was with my friends, and you know, they had, you know, got together and stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. I took some pictures and stuff.
Nice.
So that'd be pretty poster and all that.
He's like, yo, we was in the Cayman Islands wilding, you know what I'm saying? Jamaica, Montego Bay, Wapwan.
We was lit. Yes. So we're going to get into the questions. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all excited? Y'all pumped up? Today's topic is relationship. You know, some of us are in a relationship and some of us are not. Same as out there.
Yes.
But hey, y'all tune in. Y'all listen. No, you good. Y'all listen and just see what y'all can get out of this. First question. Do you know what love is? That's so powerful right there now. Do you know what love is? Because, you know, sometimes we get into these relationships and stuff, but it's not real, it's fake.
Right.
You know, sometimes, or like marriages, you know, sometimes we get in marriages where it's fake. You know, people want to stunt in front of the public. You know, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Snapchat, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
People want to front. But do people really know what love is? You know, I don't have a definition or not, but I'm just saying, do we really know what love is? So, in y'all, you know, words or whatever, you know, what would y'all say about love?
What do you think it is?
Love? What I think it is. That's pretty. That's pretty tough. What I think love is. I don't know. Love is, you know, it can just be identified in different ways. You know, like pretty much just passionate about something. You know, sometimes you love this, you love that video game, you love that sport. You know, you love this relationship. Like love is very a unique word. It's very powerful. And you know, sometimes we misinterpret the way that we say it, because you know we can say we love somebody, but do we truly love? Or you know, you go to church, you know, Isaiah, and he's into the preaching and all that stuff. But you know, have y'all ever been in church and the pastor say, "I love you," and I go tell somebody about Jesus? You know, we all often think, is he really saying he loves us? You know, because it's spiritual. You can get into many different types of love, but you know, I just feel like love is very a unique, passionate word. What do y'all think?
When I think of love, I think of a passage in the Bible, and that's John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his begotten son. That's so whoever knew him or loved him, that they'll have eternal life.
Correct.
And that's what I think of love. I think of how Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and that he loved us because there was so much sin in this world, and that's what I think love is to me.
So much.
I think that the English language does the word love a disservice because, like you said, we can say we love everything. I love Chick-fil-A. I also love my wife.
Yes.
I love my kids.
Yes.
But I also love cake. You know what I'm saying? So that word is interchangeable. But like you were alluded to earlier, I think that we all understand the metric by which we relate. You know, relationally, that love for anything lasting. When you say you love something, it has to be more than a feeling. Love, the strongest love, to me, is the one that makes the choice to stay, even when you don't really feel good about it. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
So I think love is a lot of things, but it all comes down to the greatest love, I think, and tying into what you just said about the scripture. He chose that. Right. You know what I'm saying? He chose to come here. He chose to live among us. So when you choose to love or choose to be with somebody when they're being messy, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that's real love. Just to me. You know,
yes.
So.
Speaking of the mess, you know, it's a lot of mess that goes into driving the whole thing. But we ain't gonna get into that because I'm telling you, you can bring mess upon anywhere. You know, it could be in the church, it could be outside of the church. Next question is, how do you stay in a relationship? Woo. How do you stay? Look, Patrick's looking like he want to know about this one.
Get your pins up.
Yes. How do you stay in a relationship is loyalty. You gotta be loyal. You have to stay loyal. You have to stay true to yourself. You know. Then it relates back to the love. You gotta really love each other to stay in a decent relationship. You know, relationships don't have its ups and downs. It's rocky moments, but you have to fight past it. You know, it's gonna be the naysayers. It's gonna be people that saying negative stuff. People like to bring up the old them. You know what I'm saying? The old Ken, the old Isaiah, the old Rasheed, the old Patrick, just everybody, the old person. But we have to really fight through that. But the stay in relationship, loyalty, and trust. Yes. It's just,
It's just the commitment you put into the relationship.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely the commitment. Most definitely. Yeah. Y'all want to tag along with that?
Yeah, I think she just did. But also, respect has to be in there. You gotta respect, number one, yourself. And then the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? That's up there right with the loyalty. Because if you respect yourself, then you'll be like, I'm not even going to subscribe to acting messy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're going to all have our moments. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the respect for yourself is only going to allow you to act within the confines of being respectable, being loyal, being kind, all the things that make relationships work. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
So trustworthy, respect, commitment, loyalty. Just love and loyalty. Yep. Okay, now, so I'm going to need y'all on this one. All right. I'm going to need y'all. Okay, this one says, Patrick, anytime you want to speak up, you can. This one says, what do you do when you and your partner get into an argument? I'm single right now, so I'm letting somebody else.
I don't know how to answer this question either because I'm single myself. But
what do you do?
Go ahead.
But in my past relationships, I would say if me and him got into an argument, I would walk away from the situation. I would walk away, take a walk, 10 minutes, breathe, and then come back to him and say, hey, yeah, we got into an argument. I forgive you. We don't need to argue about this anymore. Drop the situation and let's just go on about our lives.
So you want a person that you want to distance yourself, so you won't say nothing wrong in that. So you distance yourself and you come back and you try to work on it.
Yeah.
Isaiah, what you do? Isaiah is married. And Karen is probably like, you might want to bite your tongue.
No. Patrick, you got anything you want to say? No, I think the way what she just said is definitely the correct way to go about doing it. You know, giving yourself some time to kind of like breathe and then revisit. That's the important part, revisiting.
Yeah.
I am progressively learning. Like we talked about this last week or maybe the week before, like, or maybe it wasn't us at talking, maybe it was talking to somebody else where I was saying like the thing about marriage is you don't just get it. You know what I'm saying? Or in any relationship. You don't just jump in a relationship and just get it.
Right.
You learn. You learn. And so because of patterns and habits that I observed when I was young, I didn't know what it was to be in a healthy relationship.
Yes.
How to respond in times of conflict. So I played that out in my own relationship with Kara. And I'm learning now, like, the better ways to resolve it. Respecting someone by giving them their space, but also respecting them by reconvening. Having a productive dialogue, you know, where it's not like shouting or throwing out accusations, you know what I'm saying? But, like, just talking and coming to an area where you guys understand each other and then resolving the issue and not revisiting it. So I'll be honest to say, this has been an area that I've had to do a lot of praying, and like had to get around a lot of stronger men than myself, more experienced men, and some women who could speak into it, you know. And this is an area that I'm growing in, you know. So you gotta keep it real.
Yeah, you said prayer, and that's something powerful because prayer do help our relationships.
You
know, you gotta keep God at the beginning. You know, whether through the entire thing, God has to be in your relationship. But you got magic. He just throwing up that one. God has to be first. And another thing I want you to say, you know, find somebody. You know, everybody, you know, like to have fun. You know, party, whatever. You know. Make sure where y'all party and make sure they go to church with you. That's how you know that you people or not. Because y'all just gonna do the fun things and all that, you know, party and all that stuff, but take them to church. You know, watch them how they observe God, because you gotta realize if God's not in your relationship, that it won't work long.
Very true.
It won't work long. You might have some bling bling and all that stuff, but doing that spirit stuff, I'm telling you, it won't work that long. I'm gonna get into one more, then we'll take a 30-second commercial break. This one is, do you think cheating is an issue? Repeat myself. Do you think cheating is an issue? If your partner did, how would you forgive your partner in the act? Well, I'll go ahead and answer that one. When I was in the relationships, cheating is just something I really didn't like. You know, it really made me frustrated and all that stuff. So if you cheat on me, I'll probably give you about 2 strikes. Because cheating to me is something, you know, very powerful. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. But if you just repeatedly do it, it means something's not right. You know, something you're not liking about me or something that somebody else is giving or whatever they like more so in the cheating ways. That's something that I had to work on. Right. So that's probably why I'm single now, because I don't deal with that stuff. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, keep it real.
I would say cheating to me, it's a big issue with me. Is I don't tolerate cheating, and it just breaks my heart when I know that my partner or my husband is cheating on me. And like I thought he would have more respect for me and more commitment to our relationship or our marriage one day. So like cheating for me, you cheat on me and you're gonna have to start all over again just to get my trust back.
Yeah, cheating is no go. It's a huge issue. It screams out a lot of things about the other person, you know, like she just said, respect. You gotta just draw that line, you know. Every situation is different, like you said. Yes. It's subjective, you know, to the individual, to the circumstances. I'm not gonna condone that, because I feel like everybody should have that. You know, respect, mutual respect. You know, if you enter in a commitment with someone, honor that commitment. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We pay our bills every month. We committed to our jobs. You know what I'm saying? This is a human being that you're entering in a relationship with. So you owe that person. And if you're not happy, just separate. Just separate yourself. You know, but like you said, you made a great point, Rasheed. Everybody's different. Everybody makes mistakes. Yes. You know, and how you react if you choose to stay in a relationship is forgiveness has to become paramount. You know, so.
So, you know, how many strikes would y'all give? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because, you know, we all make mistakes. So, would y'all, you know...
McKenna was like very straightforward. She said 0.
Right.
Zero. You cheat on me, you gotta start over from the beginning. Like, you gotta regain my trust.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta start from the beginning. You gotta, like, take me out on a date again. You just gotta... You gotta start all over. I'll give you that second chance.
Yeah.
I think that's my little brother. I don't know what he's calling about. He should be in school. But we're gonna take our 30-second break and just chat.
Okay. Alright. I'm actually gonna have to. What time is it? Let me run over here real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta let somebody in the store.
Alright. Perfect. Yeah. You'll play some music for Fast Patrick. Take a 30-second break. We'll just play instrumentals.
What's your major, Patrick? I think I'm comfortable in this area right here.
Yeah.
Being on camera and stuff.
Alright, you guys, we are back from our 60-second break. Isaiah had to run an emergency, but we finna get into some questions. Me and Kenna are still here. And Isaiah, as soon as he come back, he will join. Sorry about that. McKenna, so we was talking about relationships and all that fun stuff, about love, relationships and arguments and all that stuff, how we counterfeit that and stuff. But so we're gonna move on, and the next question is, do you think cheating is an issue? Okay, next question is, how does divorce affect the relationship between a child and their parents?
Okay, I'm gonna go in a little detail on this question. My parents are divorced, and from the time they got divorced in 2029, it's been hard for me. It's just seeing my father only every other weekend, and on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's a little hard because he works a lot, and there's gonna be those days where he can't get off work, come get us, and it gets a little depressing. And then you live in with mom, and you just got a lot of stuff to do.
Right.
I think it affects the relationship between a child and parents because it just disconnects like how you see your parents. Like I don't see my father all the time, and it's just hard for me and him to connect now. And with him living with his parents and me not being able to see them.
Because you live with your mom, correct?
I live with my mom. They live in Marietta, and I'm here all the time at school, or I'm either working, so I don't have time to go up there and say, hey, how you guys been? I miss you guys. Give them a good hug or something. It affects the relationship a little bit, and it's hard sometimes.
Right. So, my parents, they have not been married. But I will say, it's the mom side and dad side. So I agree with you on that. We have my moms, we have my dad's side. However, I'm more close with my mom. My dad, he was, in and out my life, but the things that he done, he tried to do. Up until 12, I thought he was a great dad. It's the teenage years for me, but I really do feel that but the parents not being in a relationship, it do have an effect on the kids. And I think parents today really need to know about stuff like that because they don't think about it. In different cultures, you got people that, the big thing, yes, the big thing now is the baby mama, baby daddy stuff. That ain't cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stick to one baby mama. Don't hop. That's not cool. But I think it really do have a big effect. And Patrick, you over there laughing, but it's so true. These people be having these baby mamas and baby daddies. But it really do have a big
it does.
Effect. You want to add more to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more because, like you were saying about different cultures.
Yes.
Like there's cultures where you have to marry whoever your parents tell you to marry.
Okay.
And divorce is not seen in every country or in every culture. So some people would say divorce is wrong in their culture's eyes, and then they'll still do it. And it affects the whole relationship between your family, your friends, and even your siblings. With me and my siblings, it affects me and my siblings because we don't always see eye to eye. And I keep saying in my head, why do I argue with my sister and my little brother when I know I have to be the bigger person and I have to show them from right and wrong. And in my head, I always tell them, I love these guys to death, and I shouldn't be arguing with them because we don't see eye to eye, and the relationship between our parents and us is affected because if we see our mom and dad fight, we see it's okay.
It definitely affects us in the sports world. It affects us in the school world. It affects us 100%. And I definitely agree with you. Like we both said, it does have a big, powerful effect. Even to me, it affects me a lot. We're gonna move into next question. Would you rather be married to someone good looking or who does? Listen, you over here making me laugh. But would you rather be married to someone good looking who doesn't think you're attractive, or be married with someone ugly that thinks you're gorgeous?
don't know how to answer this question. To be honest, I'll be in the middle between the two. I would say I would want someone that is attractive, but also would think that I'm gorgeous. But on the other hand, there's some guys out there that are not attractive, and it's not the guy you always see, and will tell me I'm gorgeous every day and I'm beautiful. But then you have effects on that, because that guy will always tell you, you know you can do better than me.
Yeah.
And you can say, I always tell my last relationship, he was a good looking guy to me.
Okay.
But my family said he was weird, he didn't look good with me on my side and stuff. And I was like, I told my family, I was like, it doesn't matter what the guy looks like, how tall he is, what age he is, as long as he loves me, he knows that I'm his beautiful girl, it shouldn't matter.
Yes.
Yep. True.
Yes. So the question is, what do you would you rather be married to someone good looking who doesn't think you're attractive, or be married with someone ugly that think you're gorgeous? Right. She done the same thing. I read that. It's like, let me think.
Let me think for a second.
Shout out to my wife because she's banging. So I don't really have to answer this. But I also, like, for my friends that are single, my friends that are like thinking about getting in relationships, and this is a big thing for them. They're like always talking about like looks and aesthetics. And I always say, like, what if you get with somebody and then all of a sudden you go blind? Then
what's
gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So, obviously you want to be attracted to the person, but one thing about all of us is time, y'all.
Yeah.
Time is gonna happen to us all. Wrinkles is gonna happen to us all. Grays, you know what I'm saying? So, why you want to be with somebody that is attractive? Get with somebody that attracts you up here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that challenges you to think. I'm attracted to, like, how Kara, like, challenges me in my thinking and, like, in ways to look at myself. Like, to me, that is attractive. Somebody that wants you to be a better person in your soul, from your soul. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things and qualities that don't change over time. That they're not subject to time. The only thing about those things is they just get deeper. You know what I'm saying? And more. And that also creates a sense of intimacy between the two of y'all. Whereas face, you go out here right now, a bolt of lightning could strike me. I could be fried. You know what I'm saying?
Blinded or something like you just
Anything
said.
can happen. Yeah.
I feel like beauty comes from the inside.
Yes.
It comes from the inside. It's not necessarily the outside, because you get into situations and stuff, and like y'all said, you can be ugly. You can be you can be striked out. Anything happen to you. You can have a patch on your eye. You can be bruised up or anything. But I'm trying to think about how should I say it, because this is a really good question. I'm trying to really think.
It's your internal beauty. I'd say I can go out there right now, and I'm not saying that this is true. The worst, ugliest guy can come up to me and tell me, "Oh, I'm so beautiful, and I love your eyes. I love how your hair sways in the wind. And I love everything about you." And my external would think, "Oh, this is the worst guy I can ever date." But getting to know that person, getting to know who he is, that's his internal beauty. And that's what you're trying to get at, actually. That you gotta get to know that person. He could be the worst, ugliest guy in the world.
That is true. Kenna said she got my bad. Let me pitch out. But yes, I think you did steal the words. I don't know if it'd be just exactly how you said it, because you put some powerful stuff with that.
Yes.
But
good point.
Yeah. Let's get into this question. What do you look for in a relationship?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I look for love, trust. I'm messing up. I'm messing up big time. I don't know what I'm thinking about. What do I look for in a relationship? I want somebody that's,
this is for anybody trying to shoot their shot.
Right.
They're giving you game right now.
Look, I'm trying to just over here and think about it. Golly.
Your DM about to be lit.
So you sit there and think about it.
Yeah, you go.
Let me tell you what
He's
I
like, you got a list.
You gotta learn certain
I was trying to shrink it, like, put it in together.
It's in alphabetical order.
Yes, but what I would say, like, what I want from somebody, I'm gonna give that same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's golden.
So, you know, like, trustworthy, honesty, respect, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always give you that. You know what I'm saying? We go to a family, I'm gonna respect your family, I'm gonna respect you. You know, hope you respect me and all. So because all that runs and ties into a relationship, commitment, dedication. You know, are we building each other up? You know, that's why I said it's a lot of things. Cause I was trying to just, I didn't know how I wanted to lay it out. I'm trying to shrink it.
Let me get a piece of paper.
But just to shrink it, you know, dedication, commitment, love, trustworthy. It's so many big words, but it's a lot. But I'm trying to shrink it. So what would y'all say? Maybe I can reflect on what y'all say. I don't know.
I would say what I look for in a relationship is personality.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
If you can make me laugh and make me feel happy every day, I wouldn't be upset. I'm always, like right now I'm so stressed out. I'm so frustrated. There is so much going on in my life. Yes. And I come on campus here and it affects me here at school and everyone can see it and I have my pod mates. They try to make me laugh every day and it makes me feel so great inside to know that they have so much love for me and they have so much personality that they would make me feel happy every day. Personality is a big thing for me.
You know, you was talking and it's crazy because I was talking to a friend earlier. I said, because he always think my life business is great because he said I smile, he said I'm always energetic and stuff, but I always tell him it's things like I'm going through things right now, currently in this, you know, atmosphere and back home, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just look at a person and say, you know, you want to be like them or you want to live the life they live because you step into somebody else's shoe, it's going to be some pain. You're going to step on some nails or something because you thought their life was so business and great.
It's so hard because my little sister and my little brother say, I want the life for yours. Like, I want to go to school, I want to do this, I want to do that. But they don't know how much stress I put. And I tell my little brother all this all the time because he's stressed out about school and he's frustrated about his grades and stuff. The more you do for school, the better your outcome will do. And I tell him, like, if you ever need help, call me, text me, say, hey, sis, I need help with this question in agriculture. And I'll get on the phone with him right there and then and tell him, like, hey, calm down, you're good. I would try to put a joke in there and just make him laugh and stuff. And
because I'm not good at no agriculture. So he'll be laughing at me because I'll be giving the wrong answers.
He'll be laughing at me too because I try to make him laugh. And I think that's, with me and his relationship, that's what I try to, like, make him feel, like, happy. That he's in school, that he's 16 years old, he looks like a basketball player, he looks like a football player. I try to make him smile. And that's the relationship me and him have. And I just try to make that just be a positive attitude. And the personality I give him is always positive and all that.
If he need a personal trainer, I say,
nah. So like agriculture, Old McDonald had a farm.
Right.
Hey, I'll tell you this right here. I'm generations from farming. But when I got into high school and I started moving around in high school, I fell in love with my last school I went to because there was an agriculture program there. I fell in love with it because I went into class one day and I was just learning so much things about agriculture and knowing the different tastes of honey, knowing the different breeds of animals.
I'm taking that class.
It's important.
Yes.
And even joining FFA, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
You get to learn so many things, and there's so many different opportunities in FFA and agriculture that I never knew until I got into my last high school.
That's awesome.
Right. So what you look for in a relationship? I mean, you already got yours.
Yeah, no, but I can just tell you, I think personality is a good one, and also I think that understanding, well, because what you're describing, what you're articulating, is the respect that whatever you putting into a relationship is what somebody should be putting out. You know what I'm saying? So I think you guys have both hit two main components for any successful relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Personality. You don't want to just be sitting around, all day, not having nothing to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, it has to be deeper than just, anything surface level. There has to be a connection here on, like, this person makes me happy. Like, I'm good being around this person. Or I'm like, I know that I can rely on this person to kind of be honest with me. That's another thing. I would say that.
Oh, yeah.
You should find someone who is not afraid to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard for a lot of people because a lot of people our age, we don't like conflict. We don't want to step on anybody's toes. We don't want to offend anybody. But the thing about it is, we are all imperfect people. We all got our. I was about to say something bad, but we all got our problems that we need to deal with. And sometimes we be like just living right here. And we need that person on the outside to say, hey, you got to tighten up. Care is my person that does that, like, all the time. And this is why I say it just comes to a place where you grow. Like, when we were younger, I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Like, I can get my own life. But now it's just like,
let's grow together.
I'm like, man, thank you so much. Like, I would not have seen this, and I trust because you've been with me since the mud. Like, I trust what you're saying. So, personality, what she said, and then respect, like what you're saying. I also think honesty is another one. Not being afraid. That's courage.
Yeah, another thing we need to do in a relationship is not just text each other. Talk everything out.
Yeah.
In today's world, we like to shoot text messages.
Social media is a big thing right there.
Yes.
I would say I'd rather have a face-to-face conversation.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And be on the phone, and then your partner's on the other side. He's probably with his friends. He's not trying to express his emotions or anything.
Yeah.
It's just so hard when you're trying to talk to your partner over the phone than you are face to face.
It's that emotion for me though. Like, I want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I hear that, I'm like, oh, but I want you even more now. Because a text message, you can take it in different, interpretations.
That is what I was about to say.
You want to different interpretations, but if I can really hear how you feel, if you're sorry about what you've done, or let's have some fun or something, it feels more better than just texting.
Yes. To say what you're saying.
And I miss some of the text messages anyway.
That's the one thing. You can miss a notification, but also, like you just said, texts don't have tone. So WID, you could see it and be like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? But it really could be, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But by the time what you mean? You know what I'm saying?
That's how it's fun. Exactly.
That's how like 50% of like all the things is because we don't understand the tone. So there it goes back again. Face-to-face, conversation, talking. Not only is it good for you as a human being, but relationally, man. Like those little conversations. It don't always have to be like y'all going out doing something extravagant, but just talking, man. I think that's why everybody likes Netflix and chill because it's just so simple. Yeah. It's just getting together with somebody that you love. Yeah. It's just you're with somebody and you're enjoying something with them. It don't have to be Netflix. You could be book and chill. It could be cook and chill. You know what I'm saying? It could be go to the park, walk, work out. Anything. But
eat
like,
a sandwich meats at the park.
Yeah. Below the cheese.
The cheese is in the sandwich.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But so like I'm 100% with you. Like I'd much rather be in person talking about. I'm sorry, FaceTime. FaceTime try to like they try to finesse us by like FaceTime like, oh, you're almost there.
Yes.
Nah, but I need to be in the same room, in the same space, where I can reach it, same environment where we can discuss and we can grow. That's how humans are supposed to be. That's how we were created. Yes. That's why God made Eve. He didn't make her on a FaceTime. He made her right beside Adam. You know what I'm saying? So
but could you find love over the internet? On the FaceTime and stuff?
Yeah, yes, I do believe.
Okay.
I do believe there's dating websites and stuff. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't agree with dating.
It's fine though.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry. I've been on sites, and oh my god, there is so many things you see wrong with it. With the profile pictures.
Stunts. People like to stunt.
People like to stunt people. People like to catfish people.
Catfish.
Yes.
And I've been catfished so many times.
Sure.
I've just given up on dating sites.
See, with that route, you need a FaceTime at that time. I need to see how you do
Like,
it.
like when I was on the dating sites, I would say, hey, hit me up on Facebook so I can
See your profile.
see your profile and get to video chat you through Facebook and stuff.
Right.
And then the guys would hide their face and stuff. And I'm like,
Something's not right.
something's not right. Are you telling me who you really are? Is this the person who I'm talking to?
Right.
And they say, oh yeah, that's the person. That's me. And then he would say, oh, you should come over and hang out with me.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna talk to
I'm like, but I would fall for it all the time. And I would get to wherever we're going, and then this guy I thought I was talking to was walking up, and he was like, oh, I'm this person. I'm like, seriously? Like, this is not you. Like, this is not the picture you showed me.
I need my money back.
I need my money back for these websites. Like, are you serious?
Okay, well, in that case, then yes, I understand. I was saying, like, as opposed to traditional ways of courting people, I've known couples who've met online and had lasting. But you're right, precautions need to be taken. You do need to make sure that you gotta be safe. So I understand where you're coming from, and I would not argue that because you actually have personal experience in that. So I can see your point, but I just know I was of the frame of thinking that you had, which was like, no, it's so weird, you know. But for some people, they just feel more comfortable, you know. And I can't knock them for feeling that way. And if somebody finds somebody online, who am I to judge them? You know what I'm saying? So. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm sorry that you had to go through all Hold on, so what? So the picture, he didn't look like the picture. He was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
No, he didn't look like the picture. He was telling me everything about this guy that was in the picture. I sit at wherever we're supposed to be. The guy comes up. He sits next to me. I'll sit there and talk to you, but you lied to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where
That's
I draw my line. Like, you should be honest with me when you first start talking to me. The picture you're looking at is not really me. Let me show you who I really am.
Yeah, absolutely.
But nothing, the lying. Lying, I hate lying.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna lie to me, don't talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I could just imagine you just be like,
But see, in them circumstances, sometimes it's just a self-esteem. Because, you know, like, people can play somebody else's role good, but when it's time for you to play your role, you can't play it that good.
Yeah.
So it's like, you test me behind this beautiful person, but deep down inside, you're not ugly, but you just think, you think I'm thinking you ugly because it's not who you are. But if you tell me who you really are, then I can have some sympathy for you and some love for you. You know?
And that's why I told the guy, like, you should have told me the truth about who you were really.
Yeah.
And I would still talk to you, got to know you.
Yes.
And then we could have seen where this relationship would have gone. But you lied to me instead.
I said, that's when we cut them. If you
Yeah.
lie about something like that, it's a cut.
That's where I cut them off. I draw the line. I tell them that we can be friends. And I still have people on online dating apps. And they're still good friends with me. But I told them I will never date them because they lied to me.
I'm drawing a line, I'm doing Etch-a-Sketch, I'm doing all that.
I remember playing with those when I was
Get the ruler, get the protractor.
So, you guys, just conclude the message. We have, I would say, Kara. We have Ken on this side and Isaiah on this side. If you don't get nothing out of today, get this. Find somebody you can trust, love, and have self-esteem. And sorry about that. But not only text you, but can be in person with you.
Yes.
That's it.
And don't be catfishing.
Please.
Be you. Don't leave her at the table like that over there. Or anybody out there.
You get it.